morning, Benny.
Are we still on air?
Yeah.
I don't have much talking left in me,
Yes, you do.
but I don't want to kick Joel out.
Yeah, you
Don't
do.
be ridiculous.
I want you to kick Joel out.
Oh, don't be like that. Joel's get winners' privileges.
The lead commentator, Ben Vickers, co-director of Eternal MMA. First off, I mean, Darcy Vendy, how good did it look?
Unbelievable. Like, I'm eating my words, if I'm honest.
Do you feel like he's finally like proved everyone wrong of like the ducking and all that sort of shit?
Absolutely.
Do you think
John's real, right?
Yeah,
John's a two-time middleweight champion. It wasn't like Darcy got in, took him down, submitted him, got out of there. He took an inordinate amount of punishment and then gave even more back. And how John ate the head kick, let alone that last shot, and stayed conscious, was like, Darcy's unbelievable, man. He's a problem.
I think he was gone at the head kick. Like, he's so tough that he kind of held on to the very end. What's that Darcy compared to the one that fought Jack Della? Like, what have you...
It's impossible to tell. Like, what Jack Della was it that fought Darcy?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. But just, I mean, more like from when you saw him back then to kind of where he is now.
I think Darcy's always been incredibly good. You know, I think the problems Darcy had was in his head.
Yeah.
And I think the support of the team he's got around him now, he's obviously found the right place for him, the right people for him. He mentioned he'd reconnected with his parents. You know, everything seems to be coming together for him. And I just had a little chat with him there, and he's looking forward to March and getting his hands on Matt Myers now. Yeah,
that's it's all lining up perfectly in the sense of, and there was stuff going around with Darcy that they were trying to time this, and I feel like they've done it, because how exciting does middleweight look now, where 6 months ago it wasn't as exciting?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, Cam and Blair tonight, what a fight that was, and you know, we could go on and on and on. I mean, I'm fucking tired.
So that's 5.5 hours.
Yeah, well, I was talking for about the same amount of time as you, but I wasn't allowed to be silly. But I did be a little bit silly at some point.
I mean, is it a very similar thing to the Rouston thing as well? Because, you know, he was getting critiqued heavily for getting on Contender Series without kind of the same journey as some others, and then it didn't get to really show the sort of Rouston situation. He then goes and fights a guy that is nowhere near his level, then comes up against Blair Bratag, who very much could be very close to that next level. What's your thoughts on Rouston?
Yeah, I think Cam's great, and he's one of the most experienced combat sports fighters in the region, so I think he's slightly different to Darcy in that respect. I mean, maybe he hasn't been quite having the MMA fights, but he's fought, you know, King of the Cage and all that kind of stuff, so he's an extremely experienced combat sportsman, and his grappling is phenomenal. Like, the way he just sets traps, and he's always on to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. No matter how good you're defending, you're still in trouble, and yeah, everyone really impressed me tonight.
Was there a standout moment for you across both nights?
Darcy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Darcy. Darcy, big sexy, snatching victory for the jaws of defeat. And I love Odin, and Odin has a very bright future. He's very young in his sport. I hope he doesn't take this thing too hard. He looked amazing. But there was no... Big Joe wanted that, and Big Joe, big sexy, he wanted that, and he pushed hard, and you know, that was another big moment for me. But Darcy steals it, man.
Well, mate, it was a pleasure. Thank you for having me. This was an absolute stellar weekend. It was good to be a part of, so thank you.
Well, at least we don't have to fly back to Perth at 8 o'clock in the morning.
No, I'm going to enjoy the Gold Coast, and you have enjoyed
Thanks, Mitch.
the rest.
It's been a great weekend. Thanks for being a part of it.
Anytime, brother.